Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your service. Today we are sporting a Spirit of Scotland. Aye, Spirit of Scotland. Not a Spirit of Wales, no. Not a Spirit of Ireland, no. And England's got no spirit. Spirit of Scotland. Now, sadly today we have some, well, it's a bit of icky bad news really. Yesterday the news broke that the great character actor and typical brooding henchman in so many TV shows and movies, Sid Haig, the great Sid Haig, yes, you know him. Even if the name means nothing to you, you've seen him in a gazillion movies and TV shows. Very tall, baldy head, big beard on him, intense brooding eyes. Rob Zombie picked him up, so in later years, and he was used as Captain Spaulding. Well, shit the bed, you know, with his clown makeup on, and he kind of sent himself up in a bit of a caricature of his wild and demented sort of ways. Because this is a guy born of Armenian descent, and born in 1939 I think it was, and he's died at the age of 80 at the weekend. But his famous clarion call to arms was in the awesomely twisted but insanely groovy Spider Baby back in the 60s. Which is Spider Baby, or the maddest story ever told. It's with the great Lon Chaney Jr. playing caretaker to 3 demented siblings after their father's passing in this California Gothic mansion. It's outrageous. And he plays Ralph, who's obviously, you know, but Baldy had no beard on this one, and he's just like this crazy sort of, you know, teen. it's off its noodle. But he would then go on to so many TV shows, pretty much every cop show ever made. He would be in it. He'd start off third henchman from the left, then he'd be second henchman from the right, then he'd be top henchman, then he'd be the big hulking bodyguard, then he'd be, you know, the drug pusher, the kingpin. You know, he's going to be, with his imposing looks, he couldn't be, you know, a dashing leading man. Doesn't matter, you know, the guy was intense, he was powerful, he had presence. And as I say, you know, he did sort of send his character up in later years. He worked for Tarantino as well, Jackie Brown, oh god, Kill Bill Volume 2. But it was Rob Zombie that placed him firmly back in the minds of genre fans with House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and sadly most recently you've got him in 3 from Hell. His role was a bit diminished in that because, well, this is the thing, at the time of my recording this, we don't know what he died of. Now, I know he had an accident. His wife, I think Susan, he had an accident a few weeks ago, but apparently she was saying he bounced back and he was fighting fit again. And yet, now we get the news, she tweeted the news that he died at the weekend, but the news only broke yesterday. So we're not sure what he died of, but he died holding her hand. You know. Sid Haig was also an accomplished drummer, a musician. He was also a hypnotherapist as well. Now, this is no slight. If I come out of a trance, the last face I want to see is his in front of me. Those big eyes, you know, and that big beard, and that kind of malevolent grin. What we're playing now, normally when I do obituaries, and sadly I've done a few, and it's never a pleasant task. But then again, it's also a tribute to, you know, the talent of somebody. So you've got to respect that. Normally I get like a playlist of cues of music from the films they've been in. Now, admittedly, I've not had any time to put together a proper playlist for Sid Haig. Although I've got stuff dotted around, you know, from the movies he's been in. I've even got the soundtrack for Spider Baby, but can I find it? No! Typical, isn't it? So this is the soundtrack to Busting. Oh my god. Billy Goldenberg's exquisite score to Busting. The Elliot Gould, Robert Blake cop thriller, Vice cop thriller in the 70s. And Sid Haig played the lead bad guys, like Rizzo, his main henchman. And when I saw this film as a kid, he terrified me. There was something about him, his face, well, something about him. He's like 8'9", no, and these eyes, this big beard on him, and this calmly malevolent face. No wonder I was terrified. But in the films he made afterwards, and I've got to see him more and more often, you know, I got a real fondness for him. You know, he would seem to seek out the most, I don't know, bizarre, crazed, deranged characters that he could find. I remember in Galaxy of Terror, when he plays some kind of bloody space soldier, it was one of these alien rip-offs that Roger Corman churned out, you know, in the early 80s. And he plays it as a mute, basically, because, as he said, Roger Corman was going, cut, Sid, why aren't you saying your lines? You've got lines. I said, Roger, have you read these lines? So you have to concede that the dialogue was crap, so Sid won the day. And he's basically mute throughout the movie. He was also in Bone Tomahawk, seen recently with Kurt Russell. The really bizarre, dark, slow-moving western, which is also 3/4 character study, 1/4 blood-curdling horror and violence. What? Awesome. He's killed in the opening sequence, like a kind of prologue, and it's great seeing him. Later years, he became very grizzled, very, and he lost that malevolent look. He did. You know, it's just the way it is, I suppose. But it's still the same guy, and he became kind of funny. He realised that, you know, look, I've got dialogue now, I'm going to use it, I'm going to play a character, and because Captain Spaulding is, you know, beyond repute, and that's a Rob Zombie creation. He was also in Rob Zombie's Halloween remake, and great, he is too. Sometimes it's only a film for like a matter of minutes, but he makes an impact, and it reached the point where it became reassuring to see him in a movie. You know, it was just, even something like The Devil's Rejects, you'd be like, well, it's Sid Haig, it's old Sid. Wonderful actor, and so horribly underrated. As I say, I don't know what he actually died of in the end. I think he's aged 80 when he died, and terribly sad. And he was going to be, there was more films he was making, there was more stuff on the way. I think his role in 3 from Hell was going to be originally a lot bigger, but because of this accident, again, I don't even know what the accident was, but hey, you know, it's the sad passing of one of exploitation's leading lights, you know, because again, unsung hero, but a solid foundation in any film project where you see him lined up there, or his name comes up in the cast list at the start of it, you go, oh yes, even if it's only for a fraction of time, he still lends so much gravitas, even if it's bordering on, you know, parody and caricature, because he can do that really well, you know. So as I say, this is Busting, and this is the film where I really noticed him, and I can remember him with a gun to a nurse's head in that just before the big hospital chase breakout sequence at the end of the movie. He's got a nurse like that, and he's got a snub-nosed revolver to her head, and she's like in silence but in shock and fear, and he's so calm, the way he does it, the way he plays it, he really terrified me. His just basically, it's funny how he switched from the calm, homicidal, if you can imagine such a thing, the combination, demeanour, to OTT, you know, sort of pantomime, horror farce. But that's how he started with Spider Baby. You've got to watch Spider Baby. It defies description. It really does. There's a marvellous release of it on Arrow Video, a nice restored, you know, high definition print, and it's a glorious film. Oh, now regular viewers and subscribers may recognise this. This is one of my favourite pieces of music, called The Chase from Busting. Awesome. It's played twice in the movie. A foot chase, which is this, and then exactly the same at the end when it's a chase in ambulances. The Sid Haig is in that. And it's just fabulous. So, folks, this was like just a little obituary, because it kind of hit me out of the blue, this one. Most of these things do, but I wanted to say something before, you know, I moved on to the other videos, which, yes, they're still waiting in the wings. But Sid, this one's for you. You came first, you know, and foremost. So, folks, raise a glass, drop your cap, and just say a little prayer for Big Sid, who is now cackling dementedly up there somewhere in bizarre clown makeup. Oh yeah, you know, forget Pennywise, forget all that shit, you know, Sid does it best, you know. So folks, this was just a brief sort of RIP, but for you Sid, you're going to be sorely missed. Great, understated, underappreciated, and criminally underused character actor. God rest. Thanks to you all.